But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I
On a rainy cold night, Vine found herself sitting alone on a bench in the park, staring into a distance as droplets of water was falling down her face. Her mind is filled with the memories, particularly the one that haunted her the most. The truth she had discovered about her ex-boyfriend 3 months ago. He was not a normal guy like she was thinking. He was a powerful mafia boss with reputation for being ruthless and cold-hearted. She never expected him to be involved in such a dangerous world. As she remembered the moment when she discovered the truth, she felt a chill run down her spine. Although she left him and escaped from his house, but the memories of their time together lingered her mind, causing strange mix of longing and betrayal. As the rain continued to pour, Vine closed her eyes and let herself lost in the emotions. She could feel the weight of her decisions pressing down on her, the burden of her past choices bearing down on her soul. Since last 3 months, she has been running and hiding from him. Suddenly she heard the roar of an engine and she saw a black luxurious car in front of her. The door swung open, revealing Jungkook sitting behind the wheel, his expressions unreadable. Vine's heart skipped a beat as she realized she had been cowed. Jungkook, get in. Jungkook said, his voice calm but firm. Vine hesitated for a moment, knowing that getting into that car would mean putting her life in Jungkook's hands once again. Running from here would be such a foolish act. How long she can run? Eventually she will end up being caught. She had no choice. She climbed into the car, feeling Jungkook's intense gaze on her as he slammed the door shut and sped off into the night. For a long time, neither of them spoke. The tension in the car was palpable, the air thick with unspoken words and unresolved feelings. One could feel Jungkook's eyes burning, and she couldn't help but steal glances at him out of the corner of her eyes. He was as handsome as ever, with his sharp features and piercing gaze, but there was something different about him now, something darker, more dangerous. Finally, Jungkook broke the silence. Jungkook, why did you run, Vine? He asked, his voice low and dangerous. Do you think you can escape from me that easily? Vine swallowed hard, trying to gather her courage. Vine, I had to get away, Jungkook. She said, her voice barely above a whisper. I couldn't stay with you once I found out the truth about you. Jungkook's eyes narrowed, his jaw clenched in anger. Jungkook, what truth? He demanded. That I am a mafia boss? That I have enemies who want to see me dead? Jungkook, I know, I shouldn't have hid it from you. When we fell in love, I was scared that you will leave me. Even after our marriage, I tried to tell you, but I was scared of your reaction. But see, I was right. You left me when you discovered the truth. Vine, But you betrayed me, Jungkook. I thought you were just a normal guy. But you are a... I cannot be part of that word. Jungkook's eyes burned with intensity as he gripped the steering wheel tightly. Jungkook, you cannot leave me, Vine, he said, his voice low and threatening. Jungkook, you belong to me. I won't let you go. Vine felt a shiver run down her spine at Jungkook's words. She knew he was capable of anything, that he would stop at nothing to keep her by his side. But she also knew that she couldn't go back to the life she had left behind, no matter how much she still cared for Jungkook. As they drove through the city, the tension between them continued to simmer, the air heavy with unsaid words and unspoken desires. Vine couldn't help but steal glances at Jungkook, his profile illuminated by the soft glow of the street lights. She could see the conflict in his eyes, the turmoil of emotions wearing within him. Finally, Jungkook pulled up to a luxurious apartment building and parked the car. He turned to Vine, his expression unreadable. Jungkook, come. Vine nodded, feeling a mix of feelings. She knew that staying with Jungkook was dangerous, that she was playing with fire by being so close to him once again. But she also couldn't deny the love she still felt towards him, the memories of their time together. Flooding back, as they entered the apartment, Vine couldn't help but admire the luxurious surroundings. The place was impeccably decorated with sleek modern furniture and floor-to-ceiling windows that offered a stunning view of the city below. She came to this mansion for the first time, as they used to live in a normal house because Jungkook was hiding his true identity. She was amazed after seeing the beauty of this luxurious mansion. Jungkook led her towards his bedroom. Jungkook, you can freshen up here. I will be in the living room if you need anything. Vine nodded, feeling a pang of sadness at the distance between them. She knew that Jungkook was keeping his emotions inside his heart. He was trying to maintain his cold face, but she could see the flicker of something more beneath the surface, a vulnerability that he was hiding from her and from himself. As Vine changed into the clothes Jungkook had provided, she couldn't help but think back to their time together, the laughter, the passion, the love that had once burned between them. She knew that things were different now, that they had both been changed by the events of the past 3 months. But she also knew that the connection between them was still there. When Vine emerged from the bedroom, she found Jungkook waiting for her in the living room. His expression was guarded, his eyes unreadable as he watched her approaching him. Vine took a deep breath, making ready herself for whatever was to come. Jungkook, we need to talk, Vine. Jungkook said, his voice rough with emotion. I cannot let you go. I won't let you walk away from me again. Vine's heart skipped a beat. Wine. I cannot stay with you, Jungkook. She said, her voice steady but firm. I cannot be a part of your world of the darkness. Jungkook's eyes flashed with anger, his jaw clenched in frustration. Jungkook, you are mine, Wine. He growled, his voice dark and dangerous. Jungkook, you belong to me. I won't let you go, no matter what do you say. Wine felt a surge of fear and longing as she looked into Jungkook's intense gaze. She knew that he was capable of anything that he would stop at nothing to keep her by his side. But she also knew that she couldn't go back to the life she had left behind, no matter how much she still cared for Jungkook. And in the moment, as they stood facing each other in the dimly lit apartment, surrounded by the ghosts of their past and the uncertainty of their future, Wine made a decision. She reached out to Jungkook, her hand trembling as she touched his cheek. Wine, I love you, Jungkook, she whispered, her voice filled with emotion. But I cannot be with you. I hope you can understand. Jungkook's jaw clenched as he took a step closer to her, his presence overwhelming her. Jungkook, you think you can just walk away from me? You think you can forget everything we had? You are mine, Wine, and you always will be. Wine felt a shiver run down her spine at his possessiveness, but she couldn't deny the rush of emotions that flooded her. She knew she still loved him despite the danger he brought into her life. She knew she couldn't resist him no matter how hard she tried. As Jungkook reached out to touch her, she closed her eyes, letting herself be engulfed by his presence. She felt his arms wrap around her, pulling her close to him. She could feel his heart beating against hers, his warmth seeping into her cold and lonely soul. Wine, I cannot live without you, Jungkook whispered, his voice soft and filled with emotion. Jungkook, I know I'm dangerous, I know I'm a monster, call me sick, obsessed, but I love you with everything I have. Please give me. Another chance. Wine's tears fell freely as she looked up at him, her heart aching with longing. She knew the risks of being with him. She knew the danger that lurked around every corner, but she couldn't deny the love that still had between them. I love you, Jungkook, she whispered, her voice barely above a whisper. Fine, I cannot stay away from you. I cannot live without you too. Jungkook's eyes softened as he pulled her into a deep and passionate kiss, sealing their fate once and for all. They knew the road ahead would be filled with danger and challenges, but as long as they have each other, they knew they could conquer anything.